And it's so sad to think about protecting our kids in regard to these ideas, because they really are in every facet of their world now, especially if your kid is attending public school. So much so that we have a very, very crazy story to share with you today. I found out about this website today called StitchBugStudio.com, and I'm going to show you what StitchBug is selling. They're selling something called the Bitty Bug Soft Packer, and if you can see the pictures here, this is no joke. It looks like exactly what you think it looks like. These are prosthetic private parts for children that identify as trans, particularly female children that identify as trans, who want their genitals to look more like that of a little boy.
As for toddlers.
Yes, it's for toddlers.
That is just, we talked about this before we went live. I was like, I don't want to spend too much time on this, because it's like, I don't even want to talk about this. It's so disgusting and vile and gross to think that you're doing this to children. It is a toddler. I mean, years and years. I mean, still a decade away from even going through puberty, even thinking about having sex at all, or even developing into an adult. And you are putting a fake penis in its pants so you can parade it around and say, oh, it's a boy now.
Yeah.
What a disgusting, vile thing to do. It is literally satanic. It is horrible. That is such a disgusting thing. And
people say, why do you worry about what other people teach their kids? Why do you worry about what somebody else wants to do? It's because kids do not know what they want. And this is clearly indoctrination that is being set onto children by their parents. Kids don't have say in this type of stuff. A kid of this age, look at this. They have a little underpants, like little kids underpants. Clearly, this kid would not be cognizant enough to make a decision as to what gender they are. Yet this website writes here, thank you to the parents out there who support our trans youngsters, and we are honored to be a small part of the process.
Disgusting. This is why this might be kind of a hot take, I'll be honest, but I stand by it. People always have this argument of like, you know, if they're doing something in their own home and it's not hurting you, just let it happen, right? And I can't get behind that. When I see something like this and people are like, well, they're doing it to their kids, it doesn't hurt you, like it doesn't matter. It's like, this does matter.
It does.
You shouldn't be allowed to do this to a child. It should be illegal to do this to a child, to put that into a child. I mean, it's disgusting. You should not be allowed to do this just because it's in your own home or you're not bothering anyone else. That's such a cop-out argument. It's like a dumb libertarian argument. It's dumb. You should not be allowed to do this to your children or sell this to children.
Yep. I mean, it's child abuse. I'll go ahead and say that too. Another hot take. It's child abuse. And to think that people think, oh, well, it's just a decision that my child wants to make, so I'm going to honor that decision. No. As a parent, you look at your child when they're doing something wrong or when they believe something that's wrong, and you say, no, that's wrong. That is your duty as a parent to shield your child from that side of harm, that sort of psychological abuse, that sort of problem. And to look at the statistics about how many trans people struggle with depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, it's crazy to me that you think it's okay to inflict this upon your children.
And I get that this is like a pretty niche thing. I highly doubt there are many people going out and buying this and saying like, oh, I can't wait to get this for my kid. I'm sure it's a very small minority of people. Okay, I get that. I understand that buying fake penises for your kid isn't an epidemic of things that are happening.
No.
But guys, we do this live stream every single day. Every single day, Monday through Friday at 2:30 p.m. PST. And we do it every single day. And every day there's new stories of something that we talk about. And almost every day we talk about something new with children that has come up. Yeah. So it's like, yes, this is an isolated incident that maybe not that many people buy, and conservative media kind of blows it up a little bit. So a lot of people are talking about it. I get that. But when you have so many isolated incidents happening back to back to back every single day, it's no longer isolated incidents.
No, it's
this
not.
is a pattern. The left has some weird thing with children. Some weird thing with trans children that is so absolutely disgusting, which is why I could never be a leftist again. Why I hear leftists talk and I hear the things that they say and they talk about their ideas and stuff, and then I see this from the left and it's like, how can you seriously support this? How can you seriously be on board with that ideology? Like, there has to be something wrong in your brain to think that this is okay.
Yeah, and I will fight back on the people who say that this is just a small subset of the population now, because it's really not. It's coming to the forefront of our political discussion as far as social issues go. I mean, over the past couple of weeks, we've been seeing story and story and story after story about trans children. You saw it with Elliot Page being on Ellen. You see it with this product being sold here. You see it with Kellogg's coming out with a cereal box that allows your children to put their pronouns on it. You see it with little kids going to school and having drag queen story time. You see it with little kids going to kindergarten and being asked to pick their pronouns and choose what their name is and what their gender is. It is becoming far less isolated than it should be. And it is growing and growing and growing. And if people don't speak out and say that this is wrong, it is going to continue to grow. And like I said, with that comes mental illness. With that comes the suicide rate of the transgender community that will follow this issue, just as it follows people back in the day. It's going to keep happening, and it's going to get worse and worse the more that we normalize this as a society. So we have to talk about these things.